I know you guys, congratulations to all of you that have received your acceptance letters from the various universities in Italy. I'm wishing you guys the very best. So basically this ends for these are the processes that you guys will be taking to ensure that you arrive here in Italy safely.
If you run with me, I got a word for the both of us.
Hi guys, I hope you guys are doing well. Hi, hello, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Anne, and on here I do create live and study in Italy videos, and I also do make videos on faith. Okay, so if this seems to be content you're interested in, do consider subscribing to this channel. Thank you for doing that. Okay, so today, by the title of the video or the thumbnail, you know what we're going to talk about. Today, we are going to talk about legalization and authentication of your document. Okay, so basically, you need to do this to prepare for your study in Italy. Before you apply for your study visa to Italy, first of all, you need to legalize your documents. Okay, but then before you can legalize your documents at the Italian embassy, you first of all need to authenticate and translate all your documents. I'm telling you, it's a whole process. It's a whole process on its own. That is why I always encourage you guys to start the process, like get the documents needed in time and start the processes in time. So basically, you need to authenticate your documents. What does authenticating your documents mean? Okay, so with the authentication, it speaks to verifying the genuineness of the signatures on this document. Okay, so basically, what I was saying is you need to get your documents authenticated and translated before you can get them legalized at the Italian embassy. So for you to get your documents authenticated, you need to go to the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in your country of origin. So if you're from Ghana, obviously you need to go to Accra, the ministry office in Accra. That's if you're based in Accra. If you're in Nigeria, obviously you're going to go to Abuja, or you're going to go to Lagos, like the Ministry of Education there and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs there. You're going to go to them to authenticate your documents. So let us talk about the documents that are needed, like the documents that you need to authenticate. So if you're applying for, you're applying for a degree, then undergraduate studies, obviously then you need to authenticate your WAEC certificate. If you are applying for a master's, then obviously you need to authenticate your degree certificate. Okay, and then aside from that, you need to authenticate your proof of age. I'm going to list the documents here on the screen, or here I'm going to list them there. So you need your WAEC certificate, your degree certificate, depending on what you are going to study, the level of your study. Then you need a proof of age, which is your birth certificate. And aside from this, you need your academic transcript. You need your academic transcript stating like all the years of your study, the courses you did. And then in instances where you don't have your academic transcript, then you need letter of authentication from your university. You just need to ask your university, and then they know how to go about that. Okay, so yeah, these are the documents you need. Let us go over them again. You need your WAEC certificate or your bachelor's, depending on what you're going to study, undergraduate or master's. Then you need your proof of age, which is your birth certificate. And aside from that, you need your academic transcript or a letter of authentication from your university. So what you need to take note of is you need to authenticate the original documents. Your original, all of these documents, you need to authenticate the originals and then photocopy of them. You need photocopies and then the originals of them as well. So basically, with the authentication, that is what you need to do. So after the authentication, then you need to go and do the translation of your document. But then if you're waiting to finish your authentication before you start the translation, it's going to take a whole lot of time, because if you're in Ghana, if you're from Ghana or Nigeria or any country in Africa, you know how sometimes the system can be, it can take a while. So what I think is, while you're authenticating your documents at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Education, you can also translate them as well. The thing with translation is you don't need the physical documents. You just need to scan the documents, or the document that I've mentioned. You need to scan this document and then send it to them, and then they are going to translate them for you. But then you need to be sure that everything in the document clicks, like everything is right before you send to them, because if you send to them, that is what you send to them is what they are going to translate. I know you might be asking, okay, where do I go translate this? For you to translate, for you to ensure that the documents, you cannot sit in your house and translate, you cannot send it to anybody you like to translate these documents for you. For you to ensure that the translation is being approved or accepted by the Italian embassy, you first of all need to go to the Italian embassy, check the website. If you're in Lagos, if you're in Accra, you check their website. You're going to see a list of accredited bodies or companies that can translate this document. If you don't translate it from these vendors, whatever you're going to translate is not going to be accepted by the Italian embassy. So you guys need to take note of that. Go to the embassy's website, the bodies that they accept translation from, you can go directly to those bodies and then ensure that they translate this document for you. So the translation can take a bit of a time, okay? It can take between 1 week to 3 weeks, sometimes, it just depends. So I think you need to, that is why I highly suggest that while you are authenticating, you also need to be, you also need to send, you need to scan the copies and send it to the accredited bodies for them to translate for you as well, so that you do not lose out on time. So obviously, after you're done authenticating and then you are done translating the documents, then you move on to the next stage, which is the legalization of your documents. And then with the legalization, you do it at the Italian embassy. So obviously what they are doing is authenticating all these documents that you're submitting to them. What you need to take note of, your school is not in your country of origin, so they need to ensure that all the documents that you've sent to them during your application process, they are true, they're original, and all of that, you get it. So because of that, they need every document to be authenticated, you get it. That is why they have the Italian embassy acting as like their intermediary to ensure that all the documents that you have submitted are true, they are real, and they're authentic. So basically, with all these documents that you've authenticated and translated, because before you can go and legalize at the Italian embassy, you need your documents to be translated, because they will not be understanding anything that you have in the document. So with the legalization, obviously they're authenticating the signatures on these documents and everything stated in the document. Okay, for you to be able to legalize your document at the Italian embassy, wherever you're located, you still need to go back to the website. Okay, you need to go back to the website and book an appointment. You just have to ensure that you check like the requirement they've stated there for you to be able to book an appointment. Sometimes they're going to request for you to send an email. Sometimes they are going to have they're going to have a section where you can directly click on and book the appointment with them. What you have to do is to check the Italian embassy. So you book the appointment, you state everything, your name, your passport number, like every single detail that you need to do, and then you send it over to them. And then you book the appointment, you take the needed documents, all of these documents that we've talked about, you take them to them, and then they are going to continue with the legalization of this document. Okay, so basically that is it with that. Okay, with the Italian embassy, you cannot know like how long it's actually going to take. Sometimes it's going to take less time, other time it's going to take like more time. Okay, and I do not encourage students to because sometimes if you kind of like you're booking appointments late, they can give you a later date. Okay, and I do not recommend for you to try and book an appointment while you have not authenticated and then translated your document, because it can be some way. The authentication can take time, the translation can take time, and then if you're not able to make it within the time frame for the appointment, you might lose out. Okay, so I highly recommend that you do the authentication simultaneously as you're doing the translation, so that when you are done, like maybe maximum 3 weeks, then you continue on to go book your appointment for the legalization at the Italian embassy. Okay, yeah, so basically that is it with this video. I know you guys, congratulations to all of you that have received your acceptance letters from the various universities in Italy. I'm wishing you guys the very best. So basically this ends for these are the processes that you guys will be taking to ensure that you arrive here in Italy safely. You need to ensure that you authenticate your documents, translate them, legalize them. Later we're going to talk about declaration of value, and then a new system which is the SEMIA, and we're also going to talk about how to pre-enroll on Universe Italy. I'm going to show you guys the process. I have so many upcoming videos on the entire process you guys need to take until the visa, until you get the visa, and until you arrive here in Italy. So basically that is what I have to share in today's video. See you in my next video. Bye.